Today we are paying a revisit to this 52-inch Emerson Casablanca Classic or Premium ceiling fan. Manufactured back in 1981. 3-speed reversible, finished in off-white and antique brass finish. Paired with a set of off-white scallop tip blades with a 13-degree blade pitch. Looking on top here, we have the double claw with the tuna can canopy. And over here is the tag on the top. And down over here is the reversing switch. Motor inside the fan is the tall Emerson K55. Same motor that they used in their 52-inch heat fans at the same time. In this application, they detuned the capacitor value for a more residential application. The light that you see on the fan is not original, something I added myself. Filmed this fan around 6 years ago. Got this from a fellow collector from one of the Fanimation meets. So the Casablanca Classic, or the Premium, for some reason Emerson had two different names for this one fan model. Of course, came in ornate and non-ornate forms. The ornate form, I think, were available in 4 different finishes: black and antique brass, off-white and antique brass, and brown and antique brass, and also just an antique brass model. But the non-ornate came in polished brass, antique brass, copper, pewter, black, white, and brown. So pretty unique fans. These were only available, I believe, late 70s to no later than 1982. So I have a total of 3 of these. I have another one in off-white and antique brass as well, but it's in worse condition. It's been painted over a little bit. And I also have a brown and antique brass one. So without further ado, let's jump in and get started. Start off with the light. Pretty classic. And we'll start it up here on low. Here on low, we're doing around 40 RPM. It's got a slight hum harmonic to it, but other than that, pretty quiet. We'll go to medium. Here on medium, we're doing around 125 RPM. Throwing out a decent breeze already. And high. Wobbles a little bit due to warp blades, but other than that, pretty smooth running fan. Right here, we're doing around 165 RPM on high. You'll probably hear a little bit of a running moan to it as it runs on high here. You might hear a small buzz from one of the blades being split a little bit. I need to glue it back at some point. But pretty decently powerful fan. Turn the light back on. It'll be interesting to see if they just kept the same capacitor value as the heat fan and had a 15-degree blade pitch on these, I'm sure it would perform much better with wood blades. But they did what they did. I'm sure if you had the parts, you could always experiment and swap parts out and see what it does. But I do not have that capability. So that's all I got. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video on this 52-inch off-white and antique brass Emerson Casablanca Classic or Premium from 1981. We'll see you next time. Stay cool. Take care. Peace.